Sister Fatima is asking, how can a person cultivate deep love for our Prophet? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?
To know him is to love him. So this is a really wonderful question. Thank you. Uh, so one of the things that we can do is to learn more about him, right? Certainly, coming to events, learning about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but also reading about him, reading about these interactions. How can we not love someone who is so tender, so gentle? Someone who sees the girls singing to him in Medina and stops to say, God knows I love you. And to recognize, humans by nature are drawn to love people who do good to them. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as I said, loved us so deeply and cared for us, even more than our own parents, which can be difficult to conceptualize sometimes. So coming to know about the Messenger of God, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through the books not only of Sirah, which tend to be chronological biographies, but also through the Shama'il that talk about his physical traits as well as his characteristics, right? The khalq and the khuluq, right? The outer form and the inner form, the way that he was created so beautifully, through the Dala'il, through the books that talk about his miracles, through the Khasa'is, through the books that talk about, the unique and distinguishing characteristics that he was blessed, and through the poetry. There's so much beautiful poetry written praising and commemorating the wonderful traits and aspects of the Messenger of God. May God's mercy and peace and blessings be upon him, including very famously the burda, the ode of the cloak. That again, there are many excellent translations on that, and to read and to be in the company also of people who love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? This is things that rub off on one another when we're in good company, and also to make salawat. And this is something that when we simply say, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammadin, kama barakta ala Sayyidina Ibrahim wa ala ali Sayyidina Ibrahim, wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammadin, kama barakta ala Sayyidina Ibrahim wa ala ali Sayyidina Ibrahim, fil alameen innaka hamidun majid. Right? This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches to us to say in prayer, right? We actually say, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. This is a moment where, because when we enter into the divine presence, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in the presence of the divine. And so we have this special moment to say salams to Rasulullah. So, to say, even if it's a simple salawat, not the full one into shahud, but Allahumma salli ala Sayyid Muhammad, and to repeat it, that even when we try and say these salawat, there's an angel that we believe takes this form of salutation and greeting and prayer and conveys it and displays it to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he returns it, and that this is an act, the sending of salawat, that God commends in the Quran as one that the divine engages in and his angels engage in, and we're invited to engage in and to participate in. So what a noble, blessed act to spend our time on, and that with each sending of salutations and blessings and prayer and peace and mercy, we're actually increasing in that ourselves. So some of our teachers say that the love for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in you, but you just have to stir it up. And so these are different things that enable us to do it, to learn more about him by being in good company, by reading, by certainly gatherings, and simply saying salawat, which is so easy to do, at any point in time. Wallahu alam.